Hey guys, so it's about 7:15 a.m. Today is when I get my tilt table test, and Kaya is out in the car just because I didn't want her to come in. I didn't want her alerting. My husband is out there with her. But hopefully this tilt table test doesn't go as bad as I think it does, and I won't need her. But she is definitely here for me if I do. If I pass out in the car, she's here for me. She'll be doing forward momentum pulling just to counterbalance and things like that. In case I do pass out, I know I'm going to be a little bit weak. So follow me on this journey. And I am back in a gown, my hospital bracelet, mask because they are making us wear masks. Hopefully being taken back soon. Almost ready, so I'm hooked up to heart monitors. There's one there. There's another one on this side. A couple on my sides. Got an IV. Just with a little saline. Waiting for them to come take me back, and hopefully that should be soon. They said it takes about an hour unless I pass out. If I pass out, the test is over, and they'll give me like some juice, some more saline, to get my blood pressure to go down because I want it to go down. They're gonna give me nitroglycerin. So hopefully everything goes great. So I had my test. I didn't pass out. It wasn't as bad as people think. I had the nitroglycerin tab. It was really bad. My blood pressure dropped to about 66/40. I'm still feeling very weak, so they gave me some apple juice, giving me IV fluids, to get my blood pressure up a little more. So thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. So today we really didn't do anything after the test. We kind of just stayed home, and I slept most of the day. The test, you will have a lot of chronic fatigue, and I'll make a video to put here about like what the test entailed and stuff like that, like my experience with it. I have a MCOT right now. This is just a patch. The sensor comes off, pops out, and then it charges, but it sends my heart rate and symptoms that I experience to another company, and then my doctor, my cardiologist, will review it all. At the end, it's a 30-day monitor. It's water resistant, not waterproof, but they didn't have me take this off. They put a monitor here and another on this side, and they put 3 on my side right there. And kind of went from there. It was in the cardiac cath lab at my hospital, so it was in like a little operating room, so no, Kaya couldn't go with me. I really wouldn't have wanted her to go anyway, just because I knew she was going to be alerting. But they put an IV in to give you fluids in case you pass out. Mine was, of course, in my hand. You can see it bruised. And then you go into the room where they do the tilt table test. You lay down on this table. It's pretty, like, firm. It's, like, about that thick. And it has a little board at the end. They want you to put your feet flat against it. And then they strap you down, put your blood pressure cuff on, get a baseline monitor, reading of your heart rate and your blood pressure. My baseline heart rate was 65. My blood pressure, I don't think they told me that, but my blood pressure was normal, and then they raised me up. At that point, my heart rate went to 98 beats per minute, so it went up by 33, and it kind of just stayed in the 90 range. So it just stayed in the 90s the entire time. It went to like 89, 90, but it went back up, and around 20 minutes in the test, they gave me a nitroglycerin tab. At that point, I started to feel my heart race. I felt short of breath. I almost passed out. And I am one of the horror stories where I threw up. My body had a very, very bad reaction. I threw up multiple times. It was not fun. I felt like I was going to pass out. I passed out twice. During that, my blood pressure dropped to 68/40 or 66/40 and didn't recover until they laid me down. After the test was over, they added another 10 minutes onto it, and it lasted a total of 40 minutes. They laid me down at the end and got another baseline reading at the end, and it was over. Not that bad. It was a total of 40 minutes. Not bad. After when I was in the recovery area, they watched me for a bit. They gave me some apple juice, some water, and told me to just rest. I was seen by the doctor. The doctor basically knew nothing. He was like, you don't have it. You didn't have an excessive heart rate increase. Like, you didn't go over 100. You're fine. You don't have it. But as you guys know, like POTS, the diagnostic criteria for it is anything raised over 30 for people that have had puberty and under, I think it's like 50. I'm pretty sure it's 50. As you know, I said I am 23. I have it. My primary care doctor diagnosed me with it, and we're trying to get me set up with saline infusions. So my cardiologist wanted to do an actual tilt table test. Not all people have orthostatic hypotension, which is the decrease in blood pressure. I don't. I only had that reaction just because of the nitroglycerin tab. That's a normal reaction. My heart rate drastically increased and my blood pressure decreased, like a lot. And that's what forced me to pass out multiple times. I didn't pass out. It takes a lot for me to pass out. I usually pass out between 130 and 170 beats per minute. I didn't pass out at that point in the test, just like the tilt table. I was fine. I only passed out after the nitroglycerin tab. So it's now Wednesday. It's 3 days after my tilt table test. My cardiologist, the original one that I see, the POTS specialist, emailed me back and, messaged me through the app that they have, and basically told me that my symptoms match it, but the tilt table test didn't show that I had it. So he's still treating me for it, and I have an echocardiogram on the 8th of September. I'll see the nurse practitioner in November, and they'll go from there, but hopefully we can get it all under control. I have to get a couple blood tests done, so I'll take you along on that journey, and I thank you guys for coming along with me on this weird and wonderful journey with me and Kaya. Thank you.